Hello, this is Rachel of Rachel Gets Creative, and I'm here to ask you, have you ever painted by number? Paint by number. Paint by number kits were wildly popular in the 1950s and 60s, selling by the millions, with marketing slogans like, "Now you can paint beautiful oil paintings," and "I painted it myself." Paint by number still exists today and has made the transition online at sites that sell custom paint by number kits created from your photographs. In this video, I'm going to use the tools on one of these sites to improve my painting skills. What can an aspiring artist learn from paint by number? Let's find out. I would like to thank Bryan Jones of Jonesblog for giving me permission to use his photo of this beautiful, perfect rose for my painting. Thank you, Bryan. So this is my favorite website for this. And you choose Create Your Own, and then choose File from your computer, from your files. And then you can choose options. And the option I change is changing the colors from 16, the default, to 13 before you process image. And then just like this, dippy-dippy-dip, look at that. You have a palette, you have a paint by number image of this rose. You can download the PNG, which is the image. You can download the palette of 13 colors. And this is what you get, these two items in separate files. And then as I look closer, I'm like, what have I done? What have I done to myself? So I am not going to go into my color mixing method, not because I'm stingy pants, but because it is not my method to teach. You need, if you're interested in this topic, you need to go to the YouTube channel, Draw, Mix, Paint, where artist Mark Carter knows everything. He knows everything. And I use his color mixing video to pretty closely match all these 13 colors, and I'm going to link it above and I'm going to put it in the description, and you'd really do yourself a favor if you go over there and try this method if you're interested in the topic. Yeah. Incidentally, when the paint by number site gave me these colors, this palette, it assigned each an RGB value. That stands for red, green, blue. And with that, you can go into Adobe Photoshop or something like that and put the values for the red, the green, and the blue in, and you'll come up with this exact color. And that's how I got this palette to print and laminate. Laminate. That's 13 colors mixed, and that took several hours. Now, I have a dab of my mixed paint on each one of these colors of this palette. If you can see it, I'm a little off. If you can't see it, I did good. And I think I did pretty good in general. I would work on these more and get them perfect, but I really got to start painting this darn rose or it won't be done. On my technique for this, I am sort of painting by number and sort of not. I'm definitely not following the exact contours of the paint by number, but I am looking at them for guidance. I'm looking at the general forms, the colors, and then I also compare it to the photo of the actual rose to kind of learn what's going on with the colors and the shapes and forms, but also to see if the paint by number maybe missed something. Like if I think a highlight's brighter, that sort of thing, then I can adjust it. As far as paintbrushes and medium and things, I'm using a little bit of linseed oil if the paint feels a little dry or not like it's flowing. Not much, just a touch. And then in between colors, I'm just using the same paintbrush for all of this practically. I'll dip it in odorless mineral spirits, and then wipe it on a paper towel, and then I can move on to the next color. The only time I used a different brush than a little flat one, which is good for edges and good for bigger areas, is when I had to make a tiny line, and then I used a liner brush. So. What do you think? I like it. It's all right. I like it. So, what did I learn about painting from this paint by number exercise? I have notes. I'm a good student. I thought my answer would be that it would help me identify the forms and colors making up this rose, and it did. Or that I would gain color mixing experience by trying to match the colors in the palette. And I did learn a lot about color mixing, and I almost matched the colors in the palette. So, 3, or that I could lay down paint without blending it into oblivion like the Blendosaurus that I am. And I mostly did that. I softened some edges. I thought those would be my answers, my main answers. But they're not. Dun, dun, dun. The number one lesson I actually learned by painting this, and you're not going to like this, is patience. Oh, Rachel, patience is so boring. It takes too long. I hate patience. I want it now. This painting would not have been a success at all if I hadn't taken the time to draw that rose super accurately to the very best of my ability. And I think I did. If I hadn't taken the time to mix my paints as accurately as I could. I probably could have done better there, but I was under a little bit of a time crunch, you know, so it's not perfect, and I carefully paid attention to my reference. Oh, also very important to have a good reference photo to go with your patients, or it's not going to get achieved. Not painting realistically. It really isn't. And then I didn't rush the painting. And in the end, I kind of wanted to. I kind of wanted to be done. And I saved the center of the rose for the last, and it was hard. And I tell you what, I couldn't read those tiny numbers. So I got the glare. I did the best I could, but by then I had kind of learned the order of the gradations, and I was getting the highlights and the shadows as best I could, but I didn't rush it, and I made it as accurate as I could. And I like it. I really like how it turned out. Do I have it right side up? Yeah. That's what I learned. I learned good reference photo. Thank you, Bryan Jones again. And I learned patience. And doesn't that just suck? Patience. Sorry. That was my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something too. Aren't those paint by numbers fun? And I love you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Rachel Jones, Swan Rider. Maybe I'll write that story, short story, of the adventures of Rachel Jones, Swan Rider, and her trusty minion, Swan Rider. I'm going to get with my husband on that. He's a good storyteller. We'll make it up. Okay, bye.